probably fake iPhone 5 images make the scene, Apple out to compete with Netflix, and rumors of an iPhone 5 launch pushed to October. All this and more coming up right now. Hello everybody, I'm Jaime Rivera and welcome to the Pocket Now iReview, the show where we go through all this week's cool and not so cool inside the world of Apple's iOS devices. Let's start this week off with the cool. Alright, let's face it, the only reason why back to school is because of the deals that you get around. The iPhone is up for a trading program in Target where you can turn in your old iPhone 3G or 3GS and get up to $150 off your next iPhone 4, which is really cool, depends on the conditions of your phone. And well, that's after a 2-year contract, obviously. And well, Radio Shack also has the iPhone 4 and iPhone 3GS on sale, though you have to go to the stores and find them. And aside from that, well, EA Mobile has this really massive sale where they're dropping the price tag on almost all, if not their best games, for 80%. That includes games like FIFA, Madden, Risk, and other really good games that are costing you just $1. But remember, that's only for this weekend. And remember, EA is not really a fan of building universal applications, so your games that are purchased on the iPhone won't work on the iPad. Better make sure you use this deal to get yourself some iPad applications or iPhone applications. Aside from that, Infinity Blade has been sliced to 50% off, so better make sure you get on top of that too. Speaking of games, the one that finally made it to the App Store is the one we were waiting for since last year. Final Fantasy Tactics is now being sold, and if it doesn't ring a bell, it's because you probably weren't old enough to use an old PlayStation back in 1998. And yes, that's PlayStation 1, not PlayStation nothing. And well, the game is a universal application. It works for your iPad, iPhone, and iPod Touch, and it brings a full port of the game, though it's still a work in progress. There are still program updates that are coming in, and we do hope that they also plan to downgrade that price tag, because for $16 it's a lot of money. But well, I know it'll bring back a lot of memories for a lot of us, so if you still want to get it, go ahead. But I still think the PlayStation 1 is cheaper on eBay than buying this app. Seriously. Alright, so what's all this talk about iTunes Replay? Many of you were complaining that iTunes Match wasn't really what you expected because you wanted streaming, and all Apple's offering you is, $25 a year for iTunes to swap all your pirated music, and that's pretty much it. But many of us weren't complaining because when you don't have unlimited data plans, it's really smart that you don't have to be streaming your music all the time. But Apple seems to be cutting deals with TV companies to allow you to pay a flat fee for renting movies. But wait a minute, isn't that what Netflix does? Yes, that's what Netflix does. So it seems that Apple is out to compete with Netflix in some sort of way. So since Apple is not really famous in being cheaper than anybody else, it seems that Apple will probably bring some sort of Netflix service, but with a kick. Probably something different. We could probably see better TV shows there, or probably see newer movies. If Apple were ever able to pull off adding music to the service for those people that do have an unlimited data plan, it'll be a winner. So let's see what happens. And as we get close to the not-so-cool section, let's talk about all these weird images of a supposedly thinner iPhone that have been around. Personally, I don't believe that they're real. First of all, Gizmodo hasn't found it in the bar, so don't consider that credible yet. And also, they seem to be identical to an image that Gizmodo was able to make in Photoshop, so it just ported from the old iPhone 4, so no. Given the iPad 2 and the iPod Touch look so much the same right now, we are betting our money on the iPhone 5 looking a lot like these devices with a curved back, and leaks of images and cases are confirming that that's pretty much going to be the case. I mean, these same case companies were the ones that leaked the iPad 2 imagery, so we do see that is going to happen. And if you ask me, I would love to see an old aluminum iPhone, but with a new design. So let's hope and see what happens. As long as Apple hurries up, we don't care what they come up with. Most probably it'll be good. But before we continue, I'd like to thank all of you personally for supporting our Windows Phone View and Android Revolution shows that complemented this iReview as of this week. We're working hard behind the scenes to bring you cutting-edge content and everything that happens in your smartphone platform of choice. Aside from that, remember to visit Dan Webster's iOS App Store pick, Windows Phone 7 App Roundup, and his famous Android Application Weekly. All really good shows that are programmed during the week to bring you the best of everything that's happening on your smartphone platform of choice. Again, thank you very much for supporting us, and thank you very much for your thumbs up. Okay, so that does it for the cool. Let's continue on with the not so cool. Apple hasn't confirmed when they're going to launch the next generation iPhone, and, well, even though most speculation has it for August and September releases, All Things D seems to already have learned that they'll be pushing the release to October instead of these dates. Not sure if Apple's having some sort of difficulty in building the new phone, but it strikes me weird that Apple would push their September music event to an event in October. Could it be that they'll announce something in September and have the phone released in October? It could be, and you know, whatever happens is better than us having another scandal called ReleaseGate after AntennaGate and GlassGate. Okay, so not only does AT&T know that you have a jailbroken iPhone and that you're tethering without their permission with an application called MyWi from Cydia, but they plan to do something about it. As of August 11th, AT&T is threatening to cancel all unlimited data plans of users that are abusing MyWi to pull tethering without paying extra bucks. Sadly, though, we also have found out that AT&T knows that you're tethering through MyWi because MyWi tells AT&T that you're tethering. But our advice to you is to give a try to an application called PDA-NIT in Cydia, which is actually free as opposed to MyWi where you have to pay money, and it has this option where you can actually not tell AT&T that you're tethering. Not really sure if it works. We haven't confirmed it personally, but it's completely free, so you have nothing to lose. Our advice to you is give it a try and see if you get that pesky message from AT&T telling you that you're using a jailbroken iPhone. But if you don't get anything, most probably it's got your back. So let's see what happens. Probably MyWi will update their application in the future, but while that happens, you might as well prepare. And to top the week off with ridiculous news, get your hands on, just get your Angry Birds bra while supplies last. I can't believe I'm actually wasting a segment on this. I just considered it hilarious. I mean, anyways. That's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jaime Rivera. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. That's it for now.